So this is my first YouTube Tableau video. So what I'm going to do is, in order to tribute to Hans Rosling's Gapminder chart, I use the data source downloaded from Gapminder. So as what you can see here in the data map, I actually have 4 data sources. The first one is the children per woman, the total fertility rate, and as what you can see, I have country, year, and children per woman. Then the next one is the life expectancy for each country and in separate years. And I have this GDP per capita in US dollar. Same thing, only 3 columns. So each data source have 3 columns, okay, year, total population, and the country. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blend the data and to recreate Hans Rosling's chart, which have the life expectancy as well as the children per woman, total fertility rate over the years. And the first thing we're going to have is the children per woman, total fertility rate. So I'm going to drag this to the columns, and for the rows that will be the life expectancies. But as what you can see, we have more than one data source, so you have to link the data together. In order to link the data together, you must use the connection, okay? Use country as linking field. Okay, same thing for year. Okay, so I have 2 parameters linked with my children per woman, total fertility rate. That will be great because we will be able to match the result, the life expectancies with the children per woman in each year for each countries. Okay, so let's drag the life expectancies to the rows. And as what you can see here, I only have 1 dot. Why is that so? Because I only have 2 parameters, children per woman and life expectancies. The year and the country haven't come to play. In order to have more dots and in order to be more specific, we need to have the year and the country. So I will drag the country to color, okay, different colors to represent different countries in order to differentiate them. Then you will be able to see a list, okay, in the filter. But I don't need this because there are just way too many, okay? And what I'm going to do is just to look at the trend in order to prove the theory of lesser kids, longer life. Okay, so let's hide the card here. And remember in Hans Rosling's plot, they actually have the big circle and small circle, and big circle represent bigger population, small circle represents small population. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the population with my primary data source, which is children per woman, total fertility. So I'm going to link the years with my primary data source as well. Then I'm going to drag the total population to the size. So the size of the circle here. And at the same time, I must go to circle. I'm going to use circle to represent it. And to me, I think the circle is slightly small. So I'm going to increase the size here. So after I increase the size, you will be able to see the changes on the size. But this color is quite solid, and which I want to have some transparency. So inside the colors here, I'm going to change the opacity to maybe 60%. So after 60%, but I want to have some borders. So in the borders effects, I'm going to add the border line to black color. So you will be able to see this. Okay, then at the same time, as what you can see here, my life expectancy from 0K to 13K here. Why? Because my year haven't come to the play. So my year must drag to pages. So I will have different pages of plot. Okay, so when I drag the years to pages, you will see an error. The error was saying that what you want to do, okay, I'm going to add all the members, but cannot. Why? There's an error. Because this year is not from my primary data source. I must drag the year from my primary data source, which is children per woman, total fertility. So let's drag the year to pages and add all members. Here you are, and you will be able to see, you can't see much here because they are all together at one place. This is in 1800, and what we're going to do is we're going to play it. So here is the play button. So let's play. So once you play, you can see that it's quite slow, right? How faster the pace of moving, then we'll be able to see you have these three things here: slow, normal, which is the current one we're having right now, and fast. Let's faster pace it. So everything is faster. Okay, in 18th centuries, you can see there's not much changes, only for some small countries, small population countries. Then it start to have big impacts from 19th centuries. Then eventually we come to the 20th centuries, and most of the countries, most of the people live longer and lesser kids. Okay, so for the total population filter here, I don't need it. So I'm going to hide the cut. Okay, so what other changes we need to do here? So first thing is I think we're supposed to stretch the plot. So in order, instead of using standard, we're going to use entire view. So in the entire view, I'll be able to see everything. And at the same time, when you plot it, you will be able to see that in the 18th, and we actually have, there are some people who live like from 10 plus teenager years. Then we have the changes from there. You may want to change the axis. So for my case, I would like to change the axis here. So how to change the axis? I just edit the axis here, and I use fixed. So from the fixed start to fixed end, this one will be 10, and I'm going to change the tick marks. Use fixed as well. The interval is 1, then I close it. Okay, great. Looks fine so far. And what else I want to do here? I would like to have the annotation. So in order to add the annotation, I would like to have the annotation as an annotation of years, okay, for each plot. So this one, I'm going to annotate area. And for this one here, I'm going to insert the page number. So you do understand how this plot works, right? So they actually created multiple pages of plots for each year. Then they flash play everything, like you see it. You think it's dynamic, but it's not. It's just same as the movies and the videos. Okay, so let's go to this page number here, and I want the page number to be big. Okay, so I'm going to change it to maybe 55. That will be the size I'm looking at, and at the same time I want the color to be gray. I don't want it to be so obvious. Okay, so let's see where it is. It's here. This is the area I have given to my annotation. So if you want, you can actually make it bigger and place it somewhere, maybe right upper corner. Okay, so let's see. Try not to block any of the dot. Then let's play it. Yeah, okay, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, let's play it one more time. Yeah, it looks great, except that if you can see, the annotation have a background color which doesn't match with our background color here. So what are we going to do is we're going to change the background color in order to match the annotation. So let's go to the format. In the format here, there is a shading. So for the shading of the worksheet here, I'm going to use the color from my annotation. So go to more colors, and you can pick the screen color, which is the color here. And press OK, and this is the HTML code for the color. Press OK here, then you will be able to see all the colors match. Then you may want to change the sheet name. Okay, just right click here and rename it. And for this one, I want to say Gapminder plot. Okay. So this is where you can change further. Gapminder plot live expectancy versus fertility rate. Okay, so and maybe at the same time make it bold. Yep, and maybe make it bigger. It looks quite small for now. Yeah, so we'll be able to play it. Okay, so this will be how it looks. Unless you want to change something else, like the axis and the text, feel free to do so. For now, the axis, I think, yeah, we can do something to the axis. We can just go to the format here, and inside the format lines, we can choose to make our axis rulers darker, and as well as the axis ticks. Yeah, so that will make it looks better. So here is your plot, and feel free to amend anything here, and if you have any questions, feel free to post it. Thank you for watching.